kind of switched what we wanted to do at the last minute because we thought it may be a good idea to have some people that are out there other than us and some of the award winners speak and kind of share some of their ideas. So I'm going to open this up by first having each of the volunteers introduce themselves.
Okay. I'm Suresh Babu. I'm a professor at Ohio State University in the Welding Engineering program. So,
okay, we got this.
Go ahead.
My name is Jim Mossman, and I'm with the Odessa College Welding program. That was close. And I kind of am up here. 4 years ago, we got the Image of Welding Award right here with our facility, and we're in the process of doubling the size of our facility this year. Odessa is right dead in the middle of the oil and gas company. I've got standing 100 students per semester, every semester almost. We're maxed out, so we're going to double that.
My name is Andrew Classens. I'm a graduate of Turner University. I'm sorry, I almost said Ohio State. I have a doctorate in educational leadership. And one of the reasons I got interested in education was because I started teaching welding 15 years ago. And I found it to be a very rewarding experience in my life. And I'm associated with Central Piedmont Community College, which has a very large student population. We have 70,000 students. We have 6 campuses. We have 1 campus dedicated to vocational education, welding, non-destructive examination, graphic arts, construction, and so forth. And we have a lot of companies in our area that are focused on the nuclear industry. Charlotte is now becoming an energy capital for the United States, and Shaw Group, I can mention a lot of Toshiba, Siemens. Those are companies that are located in Charlotte, and more companies are being attracted to the area because of that. So we are challenged to provide a lot of welding personnel. So I hope I can get a chance to share some of our thoughts and ideas in that area.
Fantastic. For those that came in later and didn't hear me introduce myself this morning, my name is Dave Hernandez. I'm the Director of Education Development for the American Welding Society. So I wanted to start off with what I feel is the most important question facing welding education right now, and it goes back to a statistic that I showed as part of the presentation, a statistic that AWS talks about quite a bit, which is that currently it's estimated that we have about 50,000 welders retiring a year and only 25,000 new students entering into the field. That's compounded by the fact that the average age of a welder in the United States right now is 54 years old. So my question is very simple. What are you doing right now in your program to help recruit welding students?
You want to go first?
Well, I'll start. Because we have such a large demand for welders in our area, a couple of things that we are doing is quite unique. First of all, we feel that to create a good program, you have to have a lot of money. So we have an aggressive fundraising program at the college, and our president's goal is $40 million this year. So that's what we're going after as a community college. In addition to what the state provides us, the state pays the college for every student that takes a class, so we get what's called FTE, and that money is turned into salaries and things of that nature. But in addition to that, we have a lot of expenses that we have to address. So our focus is, let's get a lot of money, let's build a good program. And we created several things. We started an NDE program about 5 years ago, and it is now a unique program in that it is one of 2 that has the nuclear power plant inspector program, which includes PDI, which is a performance demonstration initiative, which is also associated with inspecting nuclear plants, and it involves a 1,000-hour training, hands-on training. So our students get 1,000 hours of UT, of scanning. So they scan samples. So we have so many samples. In fact, I was trying to make a list of what we have. We probably have about 500 samples, and we also get samples from the nuclear industry, which helps to make it even more effective of a program. Now, when we go into the schools, we talk about these are the programs. The college also owns a TV station, so I mean we can just broadcast this thing as long as we want. We purchased a TV station for $1 million. It was a good deal. So the president took some money and bought the TV station. This is a PBS station. So we are able to broadcast a lot of the program areas. So we do share that, so the community is seeing what we are doing. The other thing we do is we build infrastructure. We've got labs. We've got a metallurgy lab that can be equated close to NC State, but I won't go too far on that. So we do have a lot of things. We've introduced robotic welding, orbital welding, because a lot of the companies, Shaw Group, Duke Energy, they're very interested in the automation. And so Wax is in our area as well. Siemens has an interest. They have laser welding. It's just all high tech. So our students are getting excited about that. And one more thing before I pass on with that in here. The state has developed, North Carolina has developed a college and career promise program. This allows students that are in high schools to actually take courses in the community colleges free of charge. So they come to the community college, they may be interested in welding, and we give them welding courses. So we create these certificates that they can use and move on and transfer into the university system. So the universities accept those credits, and our college accepts those credits. So the student can actually start working on the degree while they're in high school. And that is important because it allows us to introduce them to the fun things. For example, we partnered with Liberty on orbital welding. So now we connect one of these game pendants to the machine, and the students can use the same gaming pendant to program the machine. And that kind of excites them in doing this. So those are the things that we are doing in Charlotte, and pretty proud of our enrollment. It's skyrocketing, and we're trying to partner with UNCC. They have just developed a welding engineering program, and we want to share our students with them. So we're giving the universities a chance to partner with us if they can accept the 2 years of community college, so that the student only has 2 more years to go to get a welding engineering degree. That works for us.
Sounds great.
Okay, well, I thought I was doing good with $30,000 a year in budget. Basically, I look at our recruiting efforts 2 ways. Don't take this wrong, but my students are my product. And if I put out a good product, they're going to tell everybody else that, what they learned there, and that they're out making good money. So for the older students that we're getting in that are relearning, that's the direction I go. We do also have a dual credit program with the local high schools, and I'm out in all of our high schools. My college district is about the size of Massachusetts. So we, all of West Texas, I'm hitting from the Big Bend area up to Lubbock area, and El Paso to Abilene pretty much, which is pretty good size. And we're bringing students in from all of that area. But we even go a little further, and I go out and give demonstrations to the junior highs to basically just get them a little bit interested, put a auto darkening hood on them, dress them up, and strike an arc if I can, have them come into the facility, and it's giving them the idea of that this is a career. I'm not just training classes, it is a career that they're looking at. So we got to catch them as they're young, and then we're also catching the retraining people that have been out there and realize that the oil field isn't the only way to go.
So I come after in the welding engineering level. So from the we get students from both community colleges and also from the high schools. The more than the budget and everything, as I mentioned, that it is the most important thing is the students. We need to get many people interested in welding engineering. And I don't know how. I think I have one student from high school, I believe, who's okay. So I may ask you to tell about. If somebody comes and tells you welding engineering, what do you really think about? Go ahead. It's okay, just go ahead and tell. What do you think about it? Okay, let me tell about what I hear from high school students. Most of the times, when you go and talk about welding engineering, they only think about arcs and everything. They don't think there is a high tech behind it. It is the image of saying that, well, this technology on science is relevant to a wide range of applications, so that the people get interested in coming into it. So right now, we are indeed very fortunate that we are brimming with a lot of engineering students are preferring welding engineering in their first year, right away, before mechanical engineering. So the way we tell them is that, hey, look, when you come here, we have also 100% employment. So right away, all our engineering students get 1 or 2 jobs. In addition to that, we have many scholarships, thanks to AWS and also a lot of other companies, Caterpillar here and Miller, they all give scholarships to welding engineering OSU. So again, that's another incentive to get them to come in. So those are the things we are doing. In addition to that, when they graduate and get into the industry, how they can hit the ground running. So we have the greatest capstone program. I get goosebumps talking about it because the industry sets the problem, and actually students actually start in their final year going through that. They write a proposal, they work on realistic problems and solve issues with them. So in fact, in the last 5 years, we have 4 or 5 invention disclosures which industry thought they could not solve it. So it went to that. So that's how we can get our students to be relevant to the industry when they get out. But the most important thing is we need to get more students to get into the system right away. So I look forward to working with your products coming out of that.
Your way.
So we'd like to hear more from you also. Thank you.
I've had the privilege over the last 4 years to travel around the U.S. and talk to a lot of different schools and hear a lot of different ideas. And so I just wanted, before we close this out, because I didn't want to run into the plumber lecture time, I wanted to share a couple of my favorite ideas that schools are using to help recruit students. And these are mostly used at the high school level and some community colleges. One is the idea of having a welding day or a welding fair on the weekends. And basically what they do is the program and the students will come out on a Saturday and they'll set up outside in one of the parks, one of the fields of the school, and they'll pass out flyers into the community and say, hey, if you need anything welded, you got a broken chair, your hitch in the back of your car needs to be re-welded, something like that that's broken that we can help you with weld, we'll do it. And people come in and they bring their stuff in, and while they're there, you're sharing what your program's about. You set up a booth, you pass out information, you get parents involved, you get parents to bring out other people, and then all of a sudden you have the opportunity to talk to the people that matter the most. Now, there's 2 groups of people that are the most important to hit, in my opinion, when you're talking about recruiting welding students. First is parents. The image of welding has taken a hit over the last 30 years. Everyone in here understands that. And if we can change that image with parents, if we can explain to them how safe welding has become, how high-tech welding has become, the opportunities, the open positions, the ability to make a great career for oneself, the different levels of advancement that exist within the industry, they're going to have a very different attitude towards welding. The second one is the career counselors in schools. This nation has become a nation of sending everyone to college and ignoring the fact that there's still a great workforce out there for skilled workers. So that's the other group of people that to really effectively recruit welding students into our programs, we need to go out and talk to, go out to the counselors at the high schools, the local high schools, the local middle schools. Share with them literature. AWS Foundation has a great deal of literature available for this stuff. DVDs, presentations, books, comic books, for every different level. Listen, when I went into my daughter's career fair, I took in a stack of 200 comic books. Those things were currency there at the school. And AWS will send you, free of charge, whatever you want. You can just go to the website, to the foundation website, request it. But the key is not just getting that material, it's putting it in the right people's hands. Okay. So I want to thank everyone. I'm going to go ahead and turn this over to Tom, because I think we're getting ready for the formal lecture. Thank you, everyone.